Today we're going to talk about forming techniques in hand building. One of the techniques we're going to discuss today is slab building. This slab building technique allows the clay artist to construct both angular, sharp pieces and softer, organic forms depending on the stiffness of the clay when assembling it. Forms can be designed and constructed from pieces of thin cardboard, which then can be dismantled and used as a template for cutting out the required shapes from the clay. You can then build up the clay shape into required design. Sometimes people use wooden templates that will allow you to make numerous identical pieces. Soft work may be needed to support doing building. Um, Making the slabs is the first thing you would do is to flatten or roll out the clay into slab with the appropriate length, and thickness. This can be done roughly by hand using the pushing or beating or throwing actions, and then the flattened pieces can be rolled smooth using the rolling pin. Smaller pieces of clay can usually be rolled out um, straight away. Alternately, cut the slabs from the block of clay using a wire. Um, when the work needs support, crumpled newspaper can be placed inside temporarily to permit the clay from stretching, or wooden support can be used until the clay stiffens for its self-supporting. Pieces of clay can be squeezed into different shapes and used to support projects until they are dry enough to stay into position. There are there are 5 techniques in making slabs. There's the push out, the beating, throwing, roll out, and cutting. The push out is when you quick is a quick way of producing basic slabs to just push out a ball of clay with the heel of your hand. The surface of the slabs can then be smoothed using a rolling pin. A clean canvas covered table makes a good absorbent work area. Beating is when you beat large lumps of clay flat with the side of your fist or a wooden mallet or a small piece of wood, and then you want to smooth the surface using a rolling pin. There's also the throwing when you throw large slabs of clay outward while gripping the edges near you and slapping it down onto the observant surface. Repeat this process until the required size is reached. Then you want to smooth the surface out with a rolling pin. The other technique, which is the technique used in this picture, is the roll out. Using a rolling pin to roll out lumps of clay between 2 wooden guides of the same thickness to produce even slabs. Begin with the center and roll both towards and away from yourself. Lift the slab from the table and then turn it about 90 degrees after every roll. Do not force the clay or you will weaken it. The last is cutting. Cutting is a slab using adjustable wire harp. You use the firm pressure to keep both sides of the harp evenly onto the slab surface to prevent the wire from rising as it cuts through the clay.